What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what came out from the company itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, Faraday is down 22.5%. Absolute bloodbath. Today is the first day for the reverse stock split. So essentially it is going to be the first day that it closes above $1. And that's going to be leading to NASDAQ compliance. And so yeah, interesting day, kind of high volume. So 3.7 million shares being traded, 1.4 is the average. You had two transactions occurring so far in the secondary market above $100,000. Regrettably, both are sells. So one for 197, the other one for 126,000. So obviously, big money is just dumping Faraday. And so not necessarily the best, even though they did put out news. So the news that did come out was Faraday Future announces launch event date for China-US automotive bridge strategy, which is slated for September 19th, 2024. So kind of 1 month out from now. It does say that the event will provide more details and an execution plan for the strategy and introduction of FF's second automotive brand. So when it comes down to this is my problem, because the bridge strategy is a secondary thing. What they really need is the actual some sort of financing, whether it be UAE or some other entity. Bridge strategy is good, but without financing, it's just going to be relying on dilution. And we already do know what dilution and Faraday, how that really works out, right? Stock price goes down, even based on their last earnings, that 1 month gap, because they disclosed from the end of May or beginning of May up until July 31st, they diluted 50 million. So quite a lot. And yeah, it's just not necessarily the best kind of chain of events that is happening. And so, yeah, I think Faraday right now, until they get some sort of financing, is just going to be very much reliant on debt. And so you see a lot of people on, for instance, Reddit, and I keep bringing up Reddit only because that's where the majority of investors are. Like Faraday doesn't have any, like Twitter has no following for Faraday or whatsoever. Like people don't really give a shit about Faraday on there, but you still see a lot of people trying to pump Faraday. And that's my problem with Faraday, because over this weekend I actually argued with quite a few people. People are saying that I'm somehow manipulating Faraday. Like I said, let me make this very clear, I do not give two shits what you guys do. If you buy, sell, hold, I am interpreting news. And so far it's kind of comical that people can actually try to call me out when I've been 100% accurate. Go back to any of my fucking videos over the last 2 years. I've been literally calling this. Even before the second reverse stock split was in force, I said that there was going to be a third reverse stock split. It's a very, very crappy scenario. And this news right here, I have a lot of problems with it, because this, in my opinion, is just them dangling a carrot for investors just to hang on to until September 19th, which that's the launch event date. But even at that date, it shows that they're going to be providing more details. So it's not even going to be effective for September 19th. That's just when they're going to be disclosing the plan. So it could be years out, right? Because I don't really know much context on how kind of long this could take. Might not be a year, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, this is just another fugazi, just a fluff piece of news to get people to buy. And clearly people are not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore, other than a few people like this guy on Reddit. So yeah, it's kind of a very interesting scenario. And like I said, you still see a lot of people out there saying that it is shorts. So shorts right now are actually returning some shares. Keep that in mind. They're returning about 4,000 shares. Not all that much, but 10.84% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 1.21 million shares. As I mentioned in my last video, I said that there's two things that could really prompt a squeeze post reverse stock split, because you had a lot of people chattering about, and a lot of other YouTubers that are just pumpers, in my opinion, saying that yes, post reverse stock split, Faraday's going to the fucking moon. Complete crazies out there. But you basically need two things. You need credible pieces of news. That could be point number one, or it is very much heavily shorted on a naked share standpoint. that side. And the fact that it did not squeeze, I think that can kind of rule out that there is no naked shorting happening with Faraday, which is very hard to prove. But still, beside the point, the fact that it didn't spike is a very clear indication that there's no naked shorting happening. And so in reality, using platforms such as Fintel or Tex, I think that's still the best known kind of aspect for Faraday. So yeah, 10.84% is very low, and might be kind of shocking to some individuals. So do your guys' own due diligence at the end of the day. So what is your thoughts on Faraday? What's your kind of viewpoint on this news? So again, I see a lot of people as well out there saying, why is Faraday going down so much? And let me just make this very simple for you guys, and I'll kind of twist it back in a form of a question. Why should someone buy Faraday right now? So clearly they stated that they're going to give updates September 19th. And let's say you think that this is going to be amazing news, and especially with the launch of their second automotive brand. Why should someone buy now and not wait until September 19th? And also on a side note, they do talk on their second automotive brand being between 20 and 80,000. In their last earnings, they seemed very hesitant and kind of just saying that they're going to be doing a lot of things in-house to cut expenses. They haven't even really lowered this price at all off of their 300,000. So in reality, nobody's buying this vehicle. And Lucid, which I do cover quite a lot under my other channel, one of my other channels, and they can even get vehicles to this price point at around 20,000. And they have all the deals, they have all the technology, they already do things in-house. They are ramping up slowly, but again, if Lucid can't do it, Faraday definitely cannot do that. And most likely this 80,000 is kind of just a pipe dream as well, because Lucid initially, when they started to launch out, they were at maybe 110. I think that's what they started at, the AGT. So yeah, in reality, I think all of this news and what Faraday is doing is just a fugazi. I've done more than enough videos to prove and show that Faraday management have lied many times in the past. So like I've kind of said, like if you're going to invest in Faraday right now, you have to trust management. And right now, in my opinion, which just to make it clear, I do not care what you guys do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm interpreting news. You have to really trust management. That's kind of the only make it or break it from now until the foreseeable future. And I do not trust management. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Are you buying the dip today? Are you selling? What did you do? So with all that said, one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account. Throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Has been extended up until the end of August. So take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.